Even though I was patient and thus celibate for 13 years prior to marrying this whatever, here it is that a woman, just 3 years into marriage, despite having waited 13, 14 years for a husband, is sleeping with her boss, her co-worker, the guy from the gym, the dude from the Woolies. You would loosen my morals, it's what I'm getting at. Korobela would loosen my morals. My ex-boyfriend would know all about that. Somewhere along the way, I wanted to get out of the relationship. Things went dry. I wasn't happy, but he kept me in there with Begamina Pel. Did not know why under heaven I could not leave. I just kept on returning like a boomerang to a dude I kept dumping. And it got to a point somewhere along the way in the relationship where I was like literally scanning the lecture halls for the cute dude. The office where I worked at MTN, I was like scanning the environment. I was actively trying to leave my boyfriend. It's like I was a periscope in a submarine, scanning left and right for something else that would come along. My heart was not in there. Sit, chill in the room. But my heart was far from him. It was so far that sometimes even during sexual relations, I'd be thinking about somebody else. The dude that I was crashing on at school. The dude that I thought was cute in the office. I would imagine my boyfriend being him. I'm being honest. This man was holding me hostage. God, don't leave, don't stray. That kind of witchcraft. Don't stray sorcery. Yeah. He was slapping me silly with don't stray sorcery. And I did not know why I kept on boomeranging back to a guy that I wanted to leave. But one thing that is certain is that towards the end, like the last 3 years of that relationship, my mind was with so many other guys. Like so many. I never cheated on him physically, but I was in my mind with literally so many other guys from either school where I used to attend or work. Yeah, largely school and work. Largely whoever I was crashing on, like proper, my ex has no idea how many people were with us every time in bed for the last 3 years of our relationship. Because that's exactly what happens with Korobela. But you see, men don't care that they're not loved back, just insofar as like my ex was content with that situation. He was content. My ex was content with that situation. What was the situation? She's not cheating. I did not sleep with any other guy. I didn't kiss any other guy, even though I was busy thinking about them literally during sex. That was enough for him. That was enough. Yo, when you separate the mind from the body, from the soul, from the spirit, you are gonna commit heinous atrocities. At the time, I was an unmarried woman that was fornicating with a boyfriend. So I stayed, what do you call this? I stayed faithful. But if at all I were to end up married to my ex, that's the kind of stuff that you will trap Wankutla. You will feel like you're at Danyani. You will feel like you're in jail. Once you have walked down the aisle and agreed to marry yeah, that's when then now you can cheat. Women who would never have cheated on their boyfriends when they were dating are now so easily having affairs now that they're married, because marriage feels like a trap. It feels like a jail when you are in it with some absolutely wrong dude. Absolutely wrong dude. You kept on dumping him time and time and time again prior to you guys getting married. But he reeled you back in. Bring back lost love, whatever might be the spell in question. He just kept on bringing you in until you eventually walk down the aisle to a guy that you have dumped 7 times. I mean, really, if you've dumped a guy 7 times, why are you marrying him? But that's the nature of coercion. That's the nature of all of these, they're like dumb spells. Make up, break up, make up, break up. Over 10 years, you keep on making up and breaking up and you still get married. You still get married. This is going to result in divorce. But now when you feel like you're in a trap, because now you've tied the knot. Lifito. Litile. And it's a 3-stranded cord, so it's not easily broken. This is a lifito jano. It's going to make you cheat. You are going to cheat. It's going to be so much easier now that you are a married woman to have sex with your colleague. Back then, you were just flirting and imagining him when you were with your boyfriend, but you would never allow your physical body to go out like that because you got dignity, right? As a woman, right? Yeah, but now it's so easy for you to be having quickies in your cars, in the office, booking into hotels, things you never would have done when you were single. That's all that your Korobela produces. Marital unfaithfulness. But you see, it's a dangerous place to be in, especially if your man has held you hostage with sorcery. Because if he finds you, that's the type of stuff that can put you in a casket. Women out here passing away, dying, crimes of passion being committed by husbands killing wives because they found them with a colleague. Or suspicious in Jeffela text messages. Next thing, a woman, tree trunk, that's your neck. You've died at the hands of a saboteur. I was explaining Pina. I was trying to get into Pinaya False and See Me. There is this song by False and Simi from Nigeria, basically putting forth this very concept that I'm busy expanding on right now, of men insisting upon a woman even though she doesn't love them back. Yo, I don't know what it's... God, never mind. I was gonna say I don't know what it's gonna take for me to escape the clutch of this insanity, but really I do. God. But even though I've got protection from Christ, it is still imperative to highlight these issues for the sake perhaps of whomever might receive sobriety in their stride, especially the madoda. Like, angin, I don't want you, and women have left me at your mercy precisely because they imagine that just like them, I'm going to do what they did. But you see, what happened in those women after they slept with a guy on Nebasamabat? Not only did they feel like trash and dirty, they felt used, they felt robbed, and they felt small. It is entirely irresponsible against oneself to allow that to happen to you women, especially considering you're more emotional than men. They have got to work on the fact that it is their judgment, their curse, to rule women with an iron fist to a point of not caring. Just like, you don't want to be there. If they don't exercise self-control, who's going to protect you? You need to go to God. Binaya Falls and Simi, soldier, displays this phenomenon, and it keeps happening to us like time and time again. Madota, we get that you don't care, that women don't love you back. For you, it's about conquering, it's about having sex, but herein lies the deal. I'm not up for grabs. All of these women were never up for grabs either. But you took them anyway because they are unspiritual. They are not suited to God. That's why they have so much envy where I'm concerned. They literally are saying to themselves, I'm going to think I'm better than them. They are unspiritual. The things of God are foolishness to the man that is perishing. An unspiritual woman will speak such rubbish where I'm concerned. Because we're not going to help her because she's going to think she's better than us. That is an unspiritual, soulish, carnal, corporeal woman speaking. Corporeal woman speaking. She's thinking with nothing but a flesh. She is not thinking about the bigger picture. For them, it's about kumbayaring with one another in all of their misery, because misery loves company. Having no regard for the fact that somebody got to put an end to this nonsense. If they can't self-respect, it's okay, but I can. If they can't self-deny, it's okay, because I can. We take up our crosses and we follow Christ daily. I don't want to vomit in my mouth after some dude for the next 3 days when I just think about him groping me, touching me with his electric eel hands. Just by thinking about what I did with Sizwe yesterday. These women have allowed themselves to go and swallow their vomit because apparently we had to do what we had to do to get ahead. At least I don't have to do it ever again. Bottom line is, I'm happy with the food in my stomach. I don't want to vomit it. I don't want to swallow my vomit. I don't want to vomit in my mouth and then swallow it again. I don't. I prefer to keep my food in my stomach, my gastric, my stomach gases. I'm happy that they should stay in there. Let the hydrochloric acid stay in my stomach. I don't want it in my throat giving me heartburn. Indaba yokuthi mina ngilele nenja that wanted me ngenkani, that didn't care that mengam. I'm not interested in that. But you see, women look at me unspiritual and say she's gonna think she's better than us without realizing that, honey, the reason I don't want to vomit in my mouth is because it's just wrong to vomit in my mouth, first and foremost, and secondly, it really is a problem that God also has to pick. It's a bone that he also has to pick. It is, we belong to a holy God that we have no regard to respect. Do you understand? And he has got power to throw us into hellfire. That's the thing that I'm trying to get at right now. I am trying to help you understand that there is hell to pay for taking in your stride taking in your stride, vomiting in your mouth is not just what you call a small price to pay or a tough pill to swallow. It is your soul. You consume my ministry, something that's hard to consume when rather this is a palatable message. This is easy to the soul. Because the soul, the yoke of Christ is easy and his burden is light. He says you don't have to go out like this. And because you have, that's what's making you want to try and kill me. You are cursing yourselves. You will continue to vomit in your mouths. And your daughters will then vomit in their mouths. Your daughters will vomit in their mouths. Apparently, allegedly is the only way out. He is apparently, allegedly, the only way out. See me false. Here's their song. I don't know it off by heart, but it goes a little something of along the lines of Mr. Soldier. Okay, the song is basically was Simi being pursued by a guy that she doesn't want, and she's been rejecting him since last December. I see this man last December, he won't come over. Say what is the matter? And then the song goes on. I don't know the lyrics per se, but like basically the Chorus goes, soldier go, soldier come, soldier do what you want, but don't fall in love with me. Soldier go, soldier come, soldier go, soldier come, soldier do what you want, but don't fall in love with me. And then false goes into rap. The song starts, the music video, I would actually encourage you to go and watch it online. It's quite clean. Yeah, it starts with this like random soldier guy rocking up while Simi is hanging clothes on the washing line in her village. And he's like, boo. And then she's like, hey, don't basically, what do you want with me? And this guy's like, I've been trying to holler at you. Did you see my letter for the post office? Did you get my letter from the post office? I've been trying to contact you. And this chick is like, I don't care. Don't write me. Don't talk to me. I don't want you. I don't care. And then the song basically starts with her being like, I see this man last December, he won't come over. Say, what is the matter? Yeah, she's like, I see this man, I met this man last December, he wants to come over. I'm saying, what's the matter? And basically he shellas her. And she's like, no. Listen to this, right? He shellas her. He asks her out. She says no. And he's not interested in the no until she has to tell her mama. Her mama tell her papa, oh, see me, see wala. I tell my mom tells my dad that there's a guy that's trying to holler at me and I don't want him. So these dudes have no regard that the whole family ought to be knowing, you know, you're not feeling him. They don't care. Like, everybody knows, girl, there's this guy that shellas me. Every day I come back home from school and he's following me. She goes and tells the teacher. She tells the dean of the school. She tells her mom, her dad, the whole community. Cows and pigs, like proper, in the cow. Like, if she's a shepherd lady, she ought to be telling her sheep that, yo, there's this dude that wants me. I don't want him. All creation knows that this guy, don't nobody want him. Creation then tells other creation, I tell my mama tell my papa, oh, see me, see wala. This chick is like, no, the whole community knows. The whole community is spreading it like gangrene, the news of this guy not being wanted. And yet, he's like, you're gonna stand at attention. He starts the song, something like, I must stand at attention. Yeah, you would laugh, right? Because it's quite a jocose music video. But the message, if you've endured that kind of pursuit from a man, it's not funny. It's not funny. When you've been dealing with that kind of stalking from a man, the music video, see me, and false is like salt on your open wounds. It's vinegar bubbling on top of bicarbonate of soda on your open wounds. It's something feverishly ugly. It's menacing. It's detestable. It's hard to deal with a stalking man that is literally saying to himself, Ongowam, I had an ex-boyfriend that passed away. He had died already a few years when I got dreams about his witchcraft, him telling me, in my dream I was like, no, I'm not. And he was like, waka. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yeah, whoa. The dream ended with him saying, you are mine and I don't care what you gotta say. He passed away in a car accident and still his witchcraft was lingering. I then get a dream of him achele, burnt, charcoal, sitting on my couch. On some, I wish I hadn't done this to you, because where I am, it's unbearable. That dream was so creepy. My aunt was around in the dream, looking around, walking up and down some staircases, and I just couldn't understand why she was ignorant of the fact that there's a burnt man on my couch, talking about how he wishes he had not bewitched me, but my aunt was busy up and down the staircase. The dream was nuanced with other facets in it, but yeah, that dude went to hell. He died in his sins, but before he died, he had done spells to basically say, you're mine. And I keep getting more dreams now recently of many of these guys that are busy with you are mine witchcraft, going there, being my ex-boyfriend who passed away, having done spells saying you are mine. I dated that guy when I was 17, kabang. Imagine you're 17 years old and somebody's already said you are not going to get married. I was 17, he was 22 when we dated. I was 18 and a half when we broke up. He was 23 and a half when we broke up. From that tiny of his age and that tiny of my age, he had already determined that he's going to hold me hostage with sorcery so I don't get married. I mean, he was young enough and viable, with a clean bill of health, no children, to go and fetch his own wife. Similarly too, for me to be found by my own husband. But he had already decided at the age of 23 that Ngingowa ke washona at 30, having cast all those spells on me. And then I then get a dream of him in some compromised state, wishing he had never done what he did. Well, that same dude saying Ungowam, I keep dreaming about like widows of him littered across these streets out of men that are married today, happy to go and break their wives' hearts, because they are presently actually breaking their wives' hearts with either the nyatsi or the second wife or other different kinds of nasty stuff. These men being mourned by their widows because God killed them. And they were all similar to that ex of mine. Do I see these guys? That guy where my ex used to stay. All these guys, I've been getting dreams of them being but not them, their widows. Mourning, mafu abona, because they were busy, never mind ganna, but across these streets of South Africa, busy saying of proper, you are married, and yet some single woman on the left and on the right that you met in your office or that is your ex-girlfriend, you are saying, but Karabo's yours. You went and took a wife, but Karabo's yours. I had a dream of that ex of mine basically being all these guys. They are about to die. That's what I'm trying to explain to you women. Hore, I am not at the mercy of Lamatota. I am only at the mercy of God. And He has mercy on me. Because I'm nobody's but His. And I will be given to whoever is my husband. And only then can a man that puts a ring on my finger say, Ungoam Karabo. Because indeed, Ngoa can akona, not with witchcraft. The song Yes See Me and false. Soldier go, soldier come. The guy goes on right ahead to sing his lyrics, rapping them. False, right? And he's like, you're going to all stand at attention. And when I speak, you're going to respond. What I'm saying here is that I'm here, I've arrived, and I want you. And then somewhere along the way in the lyrics, he's like, no one throw man from this romance, from this something, only coup d'etat. He's like, nobody's going to throw me away from this romance. Only by coup d'etat is anybody going to throw me over. So basically, a man has got to coup me to take me out of this romance. Indeed, gay. Let the Lord coup you. No one throw man from this bromance and this romance, only coup d'etat. Something along the lines of, nobody is going to throw me out of this romance. The only thing that's going to uproot me is a coup. Yeah. Among the lyrics of Simi is it by force? It forms superpower. And then this guy's like, me, I'm super. Yeah. Simi is basically saying, so am I supposed to be with you, Gangane? Are you forming some kind of a superpower? And then the guy's like, me, I'm super. Yeah. I get babes the age of your mama. It's like I get women the age of your mom. You can go listen to that song. It's clean. And the music video is also clean. So you can watch it. I wouldn't unrecommend it type thing. But it's basically a song about a man insisting. It's a song about a man insisting on having a woman that does not want him back. And the music video ends with her just walking away on some soldier go, soldier come, soldier do what you want, but don't fall in love with me. Another thing about her is that she's a teacher, right? In that song. And one of the scenes, she is in her class trying to teach kids, and this guy just appears there. He appears. Long story short, Uzoglandela, he's a stalker. He's a stalker. And he's telling himself that no one throws man from this romance, only coup d'etat. Fine. Be cooed then. If at all you feel as if though nobody's going to throw you from this romance except for a person that's going to coup you, let the Lord end your life. Let the Lord finish you. If you thoroughly men are telling yourself that nobody's going to throw you from this romance that a woman doesn't want you in, she doesn't want you. The woman does not want you. But you're telling yourself, out of this romance, only you coup d'etat. Fine. Sit around in your insanity and see God deliver women. Because women, this is what the part that I'm now getting to, right? Y'all have ditched me, you've abandoned me because go fella, you have settled for these men that made you vomit in your mouths while you lay there like a Nando's chicken full as they have their way with you. Because you gotta get that promotion, right? You hate me because I didn't settle. And then you say, oh, I'm trying to make myself better than you. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't need you women to do better by me. I don't. All I know is that these men are facing the future of what happened to my ex-boyfriend. He died still saying, Ongowam. He held a 17-year-old hostage, an 18-year-old girl. Before I could even dream, before I could even do anything with my life, before I could even start it, I already had an ex-boyfriend that had determined the sad thing about it is, y'all women don't know how trapped you are with witchcraft. You don't know what has held you hostage in these streets. I am so grateful that I came to Christ at the age that I came to Christ, because look, all these years down the line, I am still trying to pray off this nonsense. I'm being told, take it or die, and women are standing back complacent because they settled. Nobody throws men from this romance, only coup d'etat. Fine, it's okay. I don't need you women to do better by me. I just need to wait for God to light them. I told you, I hate these guys so much that I'm gonna die border. I don't care if they die. That's how much I don't like them. Like their funerals mean nothing to me. I don't feel some kind of way about the prospect of them exiting the earth. And yet they hope that day's going to come when they're my husband. Indoda engizonda kangako to a point where anginandaba nokushona kwakhe ingifuna as umfazi wakhona. Kabang. That is just how much they don't care about reciprocity. That is how much they don't care about being loved back. It's a despot. It is Inka. The song "Ya See Me Soldier" ne, is just one of many such types of issues with men not being caring of reciprocity at all. Like when you so beleaguer a woman on all sides and squeeze her into such a tight corner that you will also do a spell to make her come to you. The guy wako America, bring back lost love, but he is trying to make me go to him. You know the level of arrogance. You know what scene God uses to help me understand how this guy expects to me like he's HIV positive on top of that, this guy from America. And he's not the only one. He's just one of he's the one that there is this scene in the movie Temptation where Judith goes back to Harley even though she left and she was supposed to go. She was supposed to stop cheating on her husband. And the song that they use in the background is Jasmine Sullivan's "I'm in Love with Another Man." If I could forget him, oh I would, please believe me. Yeah, she goes back to a man that she was supposed to leave. She cheated on her husband, like proper stop, and then she just goes back. You treat me so much better than him. Yeah, but and if I was saved, yeah, you see that's the thing, I am saved. Yeah, if I was saved, there'd be no competition, but I'm in love with another man. That's the thing. He treats me, you treat me, and basically my husband treats me so much better than this bugger. And if I was a born-again Christian, there'd be no competition, but I'm in love with another man. That's just the thing. I'm born again. I'm born again. These guys are trying to get me to feel as if though Christ does not have my back. And even though the Lord treats me a lot better than they ever could, bottom line is I'm in love with this little animal. This corporeal beast that does not care that I'm Nandabanai. They hope that the day is going to arrive when I am like, even though God Almighty, Jesus Christ, my Messiah, treats me so much better than this animal, I'm in love with him. They want me to ignore Christ in favor of them and risk my health. Sitting like a duck, I must just go and grab an HIV positive man and allow him to be my husband because Christ apparently does not care about me. But you see, I like that lyric in Jasmine Sullivan's song. If I was saved, there'd be no competition. I am saved. So there is no competition with Christ. Like literally, they don't stand a chance. I hate them. Precisely because they're trying to induce lust into my body to make me think that it's love. Ish, that's like Atlena. Yo. It's like if there is some cat that keeps on bullying my cat, like I proper don't care. Anyway, moving on. I just come from outside to scoot that cat away. I don't even know what to do. Listen, let's just get to this particular point, ne? If I am a tragedy waiting to happen, then by all means. Bottom line is, ngizonda lamadoda in a way that is incalculable. It is incalculable. That is a euphemism. I hate them. I hate them. Why do I hate them? Because I am sick and tired of seeing their witchcraft. Le korobela yabo e hard knock e intense. I cannot deal. Le bring back lost lava. Le nkane uzoba nam ngenkane. I hate them because of it. Precisely because I'm saved. The Lord shows me what they're doing until things move from a point where I'm like, repent or perish. Do better. Do differently. And then they wouldn't, and I kept on seeing their ugly spells. Bring back the sad thing about korobela, bring back lost lava. Allow me to just put this out there. These love spells, these romantic spells, these ones that are there to bring a person into your life. How it is that I see them in dreams is disgusting. It's licentious. I see the whole thing. I am shown manhood. I am made to have sexual feelings for them. I am forced that the one dream, Lendota literally stuck his tongue in my mouth and started to wrestle me inside my mouth. You guys need to understand how I see this stuff. Like, imagine being kidnapped and repeatedly raped. Would you keep on talking to your kidnapper like they're human? Would you have any affections for them, or would you have an abhorrence? An exquisite abhorrence for them? You would hate them, wouldn't you? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, ngibona in my dreams. I don't ever see it romantically. Angiboni uthando. I don't see love. I don't feel, in my dreams, I am never gladly there. I am being coerced. And one dream, one guy literally put ulwimi lakhe in my mouth and started to wrestle me kimupusha. That's freaking how I see them, man. You can't help but graduate to hatred when people are holding you hostage. In some dreams, I their manhood. Manhood just flying around everywhere. Nether regions of a man. Entire phalluses. Just flailing, trying to accost me. Their dreams are licentious. This witchcraft is laden with lust. There is no love. It is not love. It is the work of sex. Nothing but. That's how this Korobela comes through. There's nothing romantic about it. And I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it. How in the world do you not end up hating somebody? Why would you have anything but hatred or abhorrence for that person? That's just the thing. God treats me so much better than these animals. And since I'm saved, there is no competition. Not only that, God keeps exposing their HIV statuses to me. Bane ngulaza. He compares them to Mendoza. He compares them to Kabzela. He compares them to Charlie Sheen. Men who, having diseases, are not telling women that bayagula, have infected their wives, have used this Korobela to sleep with so many other women in these streets, and now they've happened upon my ministry, my content, and I'm just another woman that they get ni Korobela. I'm just another one. The ARV for the rest of her life because temp. They have done this to so many other women. But you see, like I said, if I was saved, there'd be no competition. But I am saved. That is the difference between me and all these other women. Which is why bafazindene angindingi man. I don't need you because God is the one that's rescuing me from Kimang D1, Abimelech Lefaro, Sarah. I'm a daughter that want to take a good chaste woman and make her a concubine, something to sleep with, to ravage. To just have. And they don't care that I would be lying there like a Nando's chicken because at the end of it, I would get a wad engaga yemali. So basically reducing a chaste born-again child of the living God to a prostitute. A prostitute. Just because I'm promised a wad of cash at the end of just lying there like a Nando's chicken. I must now just take it in my stride because God, okay, He hasn't given you anything you want except mangbabona, hey, like toriso, lenkane, force. Just like it. That's the difference between me and everybody else. I am saved. It makes a God shows me this stuff, so I end up loathing them. One of the dreams. Yo, guys, I had this one about 2 weeks ago. I take a nap from around 8 to 9:30 because I wanted to stay up all night praying. And in the thing that yanked me out of that nap was me having a horrible, vicious, violent dream where some man had he had me in a headlock, and as he was pinning me down like that, unaswere something in his hand, some drinkable, some consumable, some bottle, enangle, some liquid in it, and he was shoving it down my mouth and doing this with my chin on some guenya. That's what woke me up. Out of that dream. Out of that dream by the force that felt so real. It's like it was happening in real time. And this person had me in a headlock and he was pouring down some liquid in a vial down my mouth, and he took my neck and he was shaking my face like that on some guenya. Then I woke up. If I was saved, there'd be no competition. I am saved. And so these men, they try to make me love them, but I just come out. They try to make me accommodate them, but I hate them. I hate them with a purple fever. I hate them. I'm not even going to lie. To a point of I have even prayed to God. For them, it's about the fact that they have the feelings. So it doesn't matter that I don't. In the spirit, but you see, like I said, if I was saved, there'd be no competition. But I am saved. Last night, I got it was like a waking. I can't say that it was a word. Like it was of this person speaking to me. I was alert, and I was hearing one of these men speaking, saying to me, oh, God have mercy. I don't have kids. For those of y'all who don't understand what that means, I'll speak English. He was basically saying to me, we've got 2 kids, Karabo. We've got 2 kids. We've got 2 kids, you and I. I don't have children, but he does. He's got 2 kids. And he's trying to make me say in my own spirit and for it to register as true to me that I have adopted his kids as mine because I have taken what he has to offer. I am his baby, not baby mama, but his either second wife or third wife or somebody that's going to come in and take him and his 2 kids. He was telling me, I have yet to bear any fruit through my womb and I certainly have not adopted any child in these streets. And yet, according to this bugger, I've got 2 kids already. It's a done deal. I've got 2 kids. Some dude with 2 kids out just did a spell where he was trying to convince me that I've got 2 kids too, since he's got them. That's witchcraft. Guys, they keep experimenting. They keep just going back to the drawing board. No, you've got 2 kids. I've got no kids. I'm waiting for my husband that I might have my own kids and maybe even potentially adopt some more. But presently, I have no children. But according to that man, I've got 2, because he's got 2. That's witchcraft. I mean, I see it. So because and because of my hatred of them now, the death spells that they slapped me with, the number of death curses that they slapped me with, the death spells. Oh, and then about a week ago, I get another, similarly to, you see how this one, this guy, a week ago, a similar type of vision opened. I can't really call it an open vision. It was more like I was hearing this person speak. Yeah, I hear him saying, I don't want to adopt. And I already spoke about that. He was like, but I don't want to adopt. Basically, my man, like, you guys, y'all need to... Imagine a married couple struggling to conceive a baby. And then the husband is like, I don't want to adopt, honey. I want children born from my own seed. And then the woman is like, but we can't have babies, John. Because, look, I'm struggling with fertility or you're struggling with it. No, we'll see fertility specialists. We'll do whatever because I want children born of my own seed. That is a discussion that can be entered into, I bet you would agree, between a husband and a wife, right? They get to make that decision. Honey, we are struggling to have kids, but I don't want to adopt. Let's try and see if we can't see another fertility specialist. So I can understand when a man says to me, I don't want to adopt. When I'm struggling to conceive or he's struggling to, or he's shooting blanks or whatever. And then the 2 of us are having a mature couple discussion as a married couple that one doesn't want to adopt, but hey, babe, we're going to have to because, you're struggling, you're shooting blanks or I'm infertile or whatever. But when then a person is having that discussion with me, I thoroughly heard a man saying, but I don't want to adopt. And what I understood was that this man is HIV positive, wants a child from his own seed, and was out here having a conversation with me along the lines of, look, it's possible for us to have a baby with me being an HIV positive man while you are maintained HIV negative through a process called this and that. We're just gonna have to go and see a specialist because I don't want to adopt. I want a child that is my own, because apparently the day's gonna come when I take in my stride that Ngolaza man and be like, but babe, I'm scared to contract your virus, so let's just adopt. And then he then gets to maturely discuss with me, seeing as I've accepted him with his HIV status, and be like, but I don't want to adopt. There are options, baby. We can actually get a child with my genes without endangering your life. I don't care. I don't care if it's possible for an HIV positive person and a negative person, or 2 HIV positive people to have a healthy baby. I don't care. Bottom line is I don't want to be with an HIV positive man because I get to make a choice. I I already communicated before that while other people might have that as a concern, they might be willing to accommodate somebody that is HIV positive, but I'm not, because I get to have that choice. I get to make that decision. I have done everything in my power to keep my bill of health clean, first and foremost. I've been celibate for 13 years. Last time I had sex was 13 years ago. 13 years. I did not wait 13 years just to freaking use a condom. And also, I did not wait 13 years so I could be put on chronic medication so I don't contract my husband's virus. I know what I asked for in prayer. I want sexual freedom in a marriage. And that is being completely ignored and disregarded. I'm not out here coming at HIV positive people, because if you're mature with it and you disclose your status, there are others out there that will be okay with being with you in that state, but I'm not. I'm just saying what it is that is my preference. It's like a lesbian trying to convince me that seeing as men suck so badly, maybe I should consider women. It's a non-option for me. It is something I've determined I don't want. It is something that is not okay for me to do. So you can't then impose it upon me with korobela and all different kinds of spells, because Karabo, one day you're going to see that it's actually really great to be with women. No. One day I will never ever get to see that it's actually really great for me to be with an HIV positive man. I waited. I stopped fornicating. I kept my bill of health clean this entire time. And I certainly don't want to have sex again the next time I have sex. Kinsekili busy waiting around for a man to wear a condom, or waiting around for some medication to kick in so we can, And on top of, while there's still being a risk, am I still contracted? I get to make that decision. But you see, it is not even so much HIV positive people that are trying to force their agenda down people's throats that is the problem here. It is the fact that it's occult men that have been spreading this disease all across the show, and because of my spiritual gifting, they now are putting in front of me, tabling all different kinds of options, given that they're HIV positive. It's the fact that they are spiritual harlots that is problematic. Not even so much that they're HIV positive. It's that they are spiritual harlots. It's that they are psychopaths, baloyang. They are full of control. That is the issue. So for fear of sounding like I am discriminating against HIV positive people, allow me to just put it out there that this here is not even about the disease that is HIV in and of itself. It is about the fact that lamadota asile basnaksi. And the only reason why they are even trying to make me take precautions concerning their disease is because I have a spiritual gifting that busted it. Otherwise, everybody else is spreading it. Everybody else out there, there are other women out there that are littered across these streets of Johannesburg and elsewhere that are now HIV positive, having slept with a man that on the day of sleeping with them knew his status and yet did not disclose. The thing that is the hindrance to these idiots is my spiritual gift. That is the problem. So for me to have already a discussion had on my behalf that I am going to be willing to take a man with his 2 kids, for me to have a discussion had on my behalf that I'm going to accommodate a man with these 2 kids, and to take a conversation in my stride that I am going to have to go and take medication just to make sure I don't contract the virus that my husband has. And that is something that is a decision that has already been made for me spiritually. Spiritually, I'm already the mother of 2. Spiritually, I am already content with my husband's HIV status. Spiritually, like ya guys. That however are determined to get umfazi that is not theirs, and they don't care that I don't like them, I don't love them. No, please. Like, what's with the euphemisms? I hate them. With a purple fever. And yet somehow the day's gonna arrive when I'm so scared for my future and my life that I'm going to finally just take one of them in my stride, because oh my goodness, like, what other choice do I have, Karabo? I've got so many choices that God even shows me. Every last one of them with their 2 kids that are now going to be adopted by me, apparently. And God also shows me their HIV statuses that they would never have disclosed to me if God did not disclose their statuses to me. If I was saved, there'd be no competition. But you see, I am saved. And that's why women, that's why I don't care for the fact that you don't care about me. I don't care that you've forsaken or abandoned me, because you would never have told me that the man you're trying to hook me up with is HIV positive. There's a member of my family that contracted the virus from a man who was introduced to her by a friend of hers that knew that this guy was positive and spreading it. Like, think of this. You've got a best friend, and she knows a guy, a really cute dude, with all these stats that are wonderful. He's got a good job, he's got ABC, he's what they call a high-value man. But you know that he's HIV positive, and you know 3 other women that he gave it to, pretending he didn't know his status. And then you hook this guy up with your best friend. You hook this guy, like that happened to one of my family members. That happened to one of my family members. Contracted a virus from a dude that she was hooked up with that came highly recommended by a best friend. And this best friend knew that this guy was spreading a virus. That's you women. So abo Jabu, nabo Temba, nabo Tepiso, nabo Sizwe Benu that you're trying to hook me up with Zinjandini Zabo Tigin. You know that these men are sick. That's it. But you'd never tell me. You would never tell me. Just like I used the analogy, but I used, I guess, the explanation, the life scenario earlier of high school kids when everybody still, when 1 or 2 girls are still virgins in matric, while everybody else has slept with everybody, and while you being the only virgin in your crew of girls, and all of your friends set you up for failure, knowing that there's some dude who's got like literally a rap sheet that is the thing that he's infamous for, of breaking virginities and moving on. Can try in the school, and then he's out here ferrying your friend, asking your friend out, fraternizing with your friend, the virgin, knowing that this guy guns for virgins. He's like Sebastian in Cruel Intentions. He guns for virgins. And everybody knows that except you. Everybody knows that except for the virgin. and your girls don't tell you a thing they're here. If anything, they're out here being on some, Sebastian is so cute, he's so adorable. My goodness, girl, wow. Every girl wants this guy, and here it is that he wants you. Every woman wants him, but he's chosen you. Your friends are out just singing the praises of a guy that's going to shatter you, who's got a rap sheet for doing nothing but breaking virginities in these streets. You're a virgin and the only one left in your crew of friends. And your friends then tell you that Sebastian is cute and every girl wants him, but he wants you. Out here, elevating and pumping up the stats of an idiot. Pumping the statistics of a flagrant buffoon, an asinine freak that is there to do nothing but squander your virtue and move on, drive-by shoot, leaving you dead, leaving you for dead. And your friends don't say a thing. That's women for you. That's black women for you. They will throw their friends to HIV positive men, knowing that this Jabu that I'm hooking you up with, I know of 3 other women that claim to have tested positive after sleeping with him. And she will hook you, her best friend, up with him. Ansam, he's such a good guy. He's so well-spoken. He's got such a great job. And everybody loves him. My goodness, like this dude. If he takes you seriously, Otoba Makoti was the most eligible bachelor. Knowing that this little bugger is spreading HIV. That's the black community's women for you. I did a video the other day speaking about how it is that these black men, they get away with murder. They win all the time because even women help them finish other women off. So now, when you're dealing with a Jabu that is persistent on taking the virginity of the last remaining virgin in the school, and her friends are helping him get there, who is going to protect that virgin girl other than Jesus Christ? She has to be the one to get the dreams showing her that Jabu has slept with 20 other virgins and all of them are crying today. He has got a rap sheet on his wall in his bedroom. There is a paper, like the length of the entire wall, and it's got women's names on it, girls' names on it, and every last one of those names he has ticked off as virgin check, virgin check, virgin check. There, I got them all, and your name is busy glowing there as his final target. He is targeting you to do to you what he did to all those other 89 women on the wall. You are number 90. If God shows you that list, you have been saved even from your deadbeat friends. Do you understand? If God gives you a dream showing you that list, you have been rescued from the whole school that knew that this menace is trying to make out of you another drive-by shooting. But you get to dodge the bullet. If God gives you a dream about Ujabu, you've been rescued from that which took everybody else. You know that saying, that Lobola song, that Muchato song, that marriage song in black culture. I don't even know why that song is prided in. That basically means the strong man has snatched her. He took her. Black culture priding themselves in bad men taking good girls. Baratella, man. Baratella. Khagoza wa nna ke se nnatla sa se matla no gal le mene go tsa ke mono tsebang Jesu se motsere le phamotse basadi ba sa phamologeng le nkaba. You take women that don't belong to you and then you get celebrated e mechatong yenu se motsere se natla se motsai suka Pumpel. Who is going to protect the black girl from senatla seo le mene leo se matla ke se natla le se matla ke mang? Who? You know that God has had your back when he shows you that little Sematla's long list of 89 women that he has ransacked and you are number 90. You are in the waiting line to be destroyed by Ncha. If God gives you a dream, guess what has happened? Psalm 91 has been fulfilled in your life, hasn't it? 1,000 will fall on your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. I don't need you to have my back. Your abandonment and your forsaking of my person, hoping ka 40 ngimdala ngimgaga kina le 40 nna ke tlo tsarwa ke se ke tlo tsawa kina le 40 ke se matla ke se ke le mene se matla le se natla etle. A strong man, a little boldly defeatist rando that prides himself in having slept with 80 virgins in 1 year. Prides himself in causing the celibacy vows of 5 Christian women to be broken. Prides himself in Dabuyoguti, oh, this one was celibate for 4 years, I got her. Like in daughter, that's gonna pat himself on the back here, fetishistically saying, Karabo was celibate for 13 years and I was the one that was the Samata that took her. Kilonkiwa nje ko tsawa ke ntja ya korobela entse ile busy na eng nwesa dintho motoro eng fosta le roma motoro ke sa diken ya se motsere senatla yang telela se matla senatla le mene langtella ko lengwapa ko lentsha dis bruise langkutla lo tlhokafala ka ofela one by one tata, and I'm not going to be the one to take you out. Modimo tlo lentsha Like proper. If at all God gives you the hit list and you see that you are the next target, you've been protected on that day, even from the lackluster crew of friends that hand you over to Ncha to be just another victim, that he's gonna mow to the ground. That's the difference. If I was saved, there'd be no competition. Yeah, but I am I not? I'm saved. False does not get to sing to me. So you're gonna stand at attention, and when I talk, you're gonna respond. Nobody's gonna throw me from this romance, only coup d'etat. Yeah, God will kick you to the curb. I don't need you women to have my back. Lesele, man. I don't know who's gonna protect your daughters. Lesele, basadi, lesele. You have set me up for failure. Man. I said not so much as they are dimatla. You wanna cause me to go in your daughter that's been with Fairbatung. I've been chased for 13 years. 13 years. With a man that had sex 2 weeks ago. I know, Shem, you're funny. You're funny. It's so hilarious. So hilarious. The guy from the US, when I asked him when was the last time he had sex, he was like 2 months ago. At that stage, I was celibate, I think 11 years. 11 years. And I am out here talking with some bugger that claims to have been born again since he was 15. And yet the last time he had sex was 2 months ago, at least as at his confession. It might have actually been 2 days ago. That was with somebody just last week, over my dead body.